So, the Fallout series has always had some of the coolest details in all of video games, and with the recent success of the Fallout TV show, I thought that now would be a good time to take a look at some of my favourites. Now, because I'm a filthy casual, I'll only be covering the Fallout games from Fallout 3 onwards, but if enough of you are interested, I'm more than happy to head further back in time and cover the original Fallout games in my Hidden Detail series. Oh, and speaking of the Hidden Detail series, regular viewers of this channel will have seen some of these details before, but hopefully there's something new here for you too. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then a like would be appreciated, and without further delay, let's get started. Now, Fallout 3 begins with you taking control of the Lone Wanderer inside of Vault 101. But it's not long before the brown stuff hits the fan and the Wanderer is forced to leave the vault. During your escape, you're confronted by Butch, who despite years of bullying and even trying to beat you up at your own birthday party, has the nerve to ask you for your help in saving his mum. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll tell Butch where to go and continue with your escape. However, if you decide to hand Butch the BB gun that your dad gave you, he will take matters into his own hands.
Wow, where'd you get that? Okay, maybe I can do this. All right, I'm gonna go back in there and kill those damn roaches. Thanks.
What's happening? Ah! Ah! Stop it! Ow, that hurts! What's happening? What's happening?
Okay, granted, Butch isn't the best of shots, and his mum would have probably been better off just fighting the rad roaches with her own two hands, but it's the thought that counts. Now, the person in the vault that warned you that you're a marked man is Amata, who is the daughter of the vault's overseer. Amata even offers you her dad's stolen pistol, which I'm guessing a lot of you took given the chance. The thing is, if you declined the pistol, Amata would hold on to it, and later on, when she's being questioned, this would happen.
I told you, I don't know anything!
Be reasonable, Amata. Officer Mack may enjoy this, but I don't. Just tell us where to find your friend so we can talk to him.
He's my friend. I was worried about him. What does he have to do with any of this anyway?
Probably nothing, which is why you need to tell me where he is, so I can talk to him.
Watch out, sir, she's got a gun!
Amata, where did you get that gun?
Just get away from me! I don't want to shoot you, but I will! I swear I will!
How dare you threaten me? And with my own gun! I'm your father, damn you, and you'll show me some respect. Officer Mack, don't just stand there!
Don't make me take that gun away from you, girlie. Just hand it over. Nice and easy now.
No! Get away from me!
Oh my God, Amata! What have you done?
So Amata will use the pistol to kill the guard as her dad watches on. Again, I'm guessing a lot of people took the pistol when given the chance, so a lot of you may have missed this scene. Now, after leaving the vault, one of the first settlements that you stumble across is Megaton. Built around an unexploded nuclear bomb, it's definitely a unique place to call home. Anyway, before entering Megaton, you can check out the impressive looking entrance, which is guarded by this lonely chap up here. Now, usually there is no way to reach this guard, but if you use console commands and fly up to him, he will say this.
The more time I spend talking to you, the less I'm spending watching for raiders. How the hell did you get up here anyway?
So the guard will rightly ask how you got up there, which is very funny. Now, something that we're going to see a lot of in this video are skeletons. The Fallout games use skeletons to tell stories, and some of those stories are kind of funny. For example, if you explore the ruins of the Citadel, you can find this. So there are two possible theories I have as to why this skeleton has a fan on its crotch. Theory 1 is that during the blast that destroyed the Citadel, the fan fell on the man's lap. Theory 2 is that the man placed the fan on his own lap and then the blast happened, immortalising this moment in time forever. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. The other interesting skeleton I found in Fallout 3 is much easier to explain. In the tunnels below the White House, you can find this. So this skeleton can be found hanging from a light. Examining the area closer, you can find a crashed motorcycle and 2 ramps. Now, I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but using my powers of deduction, I'm guessing that our skeleton friend was a bit of a daredevil and set up this little stunt to test their skills. Unfortunately for them, it didn't go to plan. So something that has always fascinated me are Rube Goldberg machines. You know, those things where you start a chain reaction to perform a usually simple task? Well, you can find a Rube Goldberg machine in Fallout 3, but the end goal is anything but simple. So at the Gold Ribbon Grocers, you can step on a pressure plate, which will cause a chain reaction to happen, resulting in a skeleton falling from the ceiling. Now, the explosion in the store was already pretty cool, but given that the skeleton that fell from the ceiling was holding a mini nuke, it could have been a lot cooler. So from the possibility of a nuclear explosion to the humble knife and fork now. When exploring the Enclave base, you can find a cafeteria, which looks like you'd expect a cafeteria to look. The thing is, this mess hall has one big design flaw. You see, the floor of the cafeteria is grated, which means that it'd be very easy to lose something if you drop it. And if you look below the floor, you can find a bunch of dropped knives and forks. To me, this is a really cool attention to detail. Okay, so that does it for Fallout 3. It's now time to move on to Fallout New Vegas. Now, despite being a post-apocalyptic wasteland, the world of New Vegas is pretty well lit. And if you're wondering how they power these lights, I might have an explanation. You see, most of the lights in New Vegas are powered by batteries, as seen here outside of Doc Mitchell's house. The chances are that if you follow a wire from a light, it will eventually lead you to a battery, which is kind of clever. Now, a recognisable creature from the Fallout games that won't immediately try to kill you is the Brahim. This 2-headed cow can be found at various different locations in New Vegas. But did you know that you can approach one of these peaceful animals and do this? So for some reason, you can tip a Brahim over. This could be a nod to the real-life cow tipping prank that went viral a while back, but I'm not sure. So a big part of the modern Fallout games is the VAT system, which allows you to stop time and pick your shots with more precision. When in VATS, you can select a body part and even see how likely your shot is to land. Also, whilst in VATS, you can see the health bar for each particular body part. For example, this is Boxcars, a former powder ganger who had his legs broken. And if we enter VATS, we can see that the health bars of both of Boxcar's legs are almost at 0, which makes sense as they are broken. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I still think it's cool. So one of the weapons that you can find in New Vegas is the shish kebab. This flaming sword sets enemies on fire, but given that your character is handling an open flame, they have to be careful not to burn their hands. And that's why when wielding the shish kebab, your character will automatically equip an oven mitt to protect themselves. Remember, safety first. The final New Vegas detail is by far my favourite. If you have a high enough luck stat, then you will almost never lose a game whilst at the casino, which is a great way to boost your bank balance. Obviously, this doesn't go unnoticed, and sure enough, after one too many wins, the casino floor manager will stop you mid-game to offer you a gift in an attempt to keep you gambling so that they can win their money back. However, if you still continue to win, eventually this will happen.
Okay, that's that. No more games for you. Go rob the tops. You're done here. Have some drinks, talk to some dancers, but you are done at my tables.
So you'll be barred from the casino, which means you can't even use the slot machines. It's brilliant. Right, next up is Fallout 4. Now, if you've ever played a Fallout game, you've probably killed your fair share of raiders, and you probably don't feel an ounce of guilt about it. Well, this next detail might change your mind. When exploring the wasteland, you can find this.
Can't keep doing this forever. One last haul, then I call it quits.
So there is a chance to stumble across a raider burying his friend. Like I said, next time that you take down a group of raiders, remember that they're people too. That's not the only sad detail found in Fallout 4. In fact, the game is full of them. For example, if you visit the body of your husband/wife in Vault 111, a couple of your companions will comment on it.
Is that... Mum, I'm so sorry. Is this... Oh. I'm really sorry, General. Take all the time you need.
The sadness doesn't end there. In an abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere, you can find the skeleton of a girl. Now, the skeletons that we found in Fallout 3 were pretty funny, but this one definitely isn't. If we search the girl's belongings, we can find a holotape called Runaway's Holotape, and listening to it paints a tragic tale.
October 22nd, 2077. I finally told them tonight, and it was bad. Real bad. Dad was shouting, telling me I should be ashamed, that I had to get out of the house. Mom just cried, and somehow that hurt worse than anything else. She didn't say a word, not even when I packed my things. I can't go to John. He doesn't even know yet. Maybe he'll never know. If it weren't for the cabin, I wouldn't have a place to sleep. Just need some time to think. Last time I was here, I was just a little girl playing clubhouse in this old cabin. Now I'm really scared. Will anything ever be right again?
So a young girl got pregnant and ran away from her parents, only to die alone in this shack when the bombs dropped. Like I said, tragic. Another sad holotape can be heard when visiting your character's house. A tape called Hi Honey can be found, and again is extremely sad given how things turned out. Oh, and this one is a little on the long side, but it's definitely worth listening to.
Oopsie. No. Little fingers away. There we go. Okay. Just say it. Right there. Right there. Yay! Hi, honey. Listen, I don't think that Sean and I need to tell you how great of a father you are. But we're going to anyway. Isn't that right? You are kind and loving. And funny. That's right. And patient. So patient. Patience of a saint, my mom used to say. Look, with Sean and us all being home together, it's been an amazing year. But even so, I know our best days are yet to come. There'll be changes, sure. Things we need to adjust to. You'll rejoin the civilian workforce, and I'll shake the dust off my law degree. But everything we do, no matter how hard, we do it for our family. Now, say goodbye, Sean. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Come on. Bye, honey. We love you.
Okay, let's check out some of these skeletons in Fallout 4. Well, the skeletons that won't make you feel depressed anyway. First up, at the speakeasy below Joe's Spucky's Diner, you can find this. So on stage is a skeleton who seems to have been performing stand-up. Though judging by the tomatoes on stage, I don't think it went very well. Now, when I first covered this skeleton in my Hidden Detail series, a lot of people questioned why the tomatoes on stage were still fresh. And to be honest, that is a good point. Next up, on Spectacle Island, you can find this. So this couple enjoyed some spanking in their spare time, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just so happens that the bombs dropped during one of their sessions. Now, these next skeletons were mid-fight when the world ended. So some of you may be wondering what these two were fighting over. Looking inside the safe found in the room reveals a pistol, some pre-war money, and a silver spoon. So yeah, not much. Oh, and for some reason, one of the skeletons is wearing clothes and the other isn't, which is very odd. The final skeletons that I found in Fallout 4 are by far the strangest. At the speakeasy in Concord, you can find a group of friends who are enjoying a drink when the bombs dropped. And again, one of them has no clothes on. Moving upstairs, and things get even weirder. I mean, if you knew the world was ending, wouldn't you want some companionship? And if the world is ending, I'm supposing you can't be picky about who you cozy up to, hence why this skeleton chose a mannequin. That's not all though. If you take a look in the bathroom, you can find this. So a group of mannequins surround a headless skeleton in the bath, which leaves us with a couple of questions. First, why is the skeleton surrounded by mannequins? And secondly, where is its head? Well, I can answer the second question, as the head can be found in the toilet. As far as why he's surrounded, I don't know. So at the beginning of Fallout 4, you have to name your character, and the game does that really cool thing where Codsworth will say the name that you've chosen, providing it's not too obscure. Well, it's not only regular names that Codsworth can say. You can name your character any manner of things, and good old Codsworth will say it.
Codsworth.
Mr. Assface, Mr. Boobies, Mr. Fuckface, Mr. Orgasmo, Mr. Nipple, Mr. Titties, Mr. Bastard.
Now, if you've ever explored a construction site in Fallout 4, then you'll probably have come across a utility protectron. These robots were initially designed as a way to combat the lack of cheap labour, though they eventually ended up replacing the human workforce altogether. The thing is, robots are programmed to follow the rules to the letter, which means that if you approach one without the correct equipment, it will say this.
Hard hats are required while within a work site. Please wear your hard hat.
So the robot tells you that you need to wear a hard hat. What's really cool is if you happen to have a hard hat and wear it, the robot will acknowledge your good behaviour.
Your compliance with hard hat regulations has been noted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Now, as far as the small details found in Fallout 76 go, I only have a couple to offer. I mean, if I'm honest, I haven't really played the game that much, so cut me some slack. Anyway, if you visit the White Springs Resort, you can find a restaurant. The restaurant is staffed by robots, and if you approach the robot concierge, he will tell you to take a seat and someone will be with you shortly.
Good afternoon. Lunch is now being served. Please have a seat.
Okay, sounds good. Let's take a seat and see what happens. So, sitting in the restaurant will cause a robot waiter to attend your table, offering you a selection of things to buy, which is cool. Now, in Fallout 76, there doesn't really seem to be as many skeletons as previous Fallout games, but I have found some strange teddy bears. First up, at the train yard near White Springs, you can find a teddy bear fixing up another teddy bear. So that was quite a light-hearted discovery. But the next couple of teddy bear related finds definitely aren't. North of Automaker Cabin, you can find this. So we can find 3 gnomes along with a skeleton. Watching over this scene is a red-eyed teddy bear. There is nothing else found nearby to explain what happened here, so you'll have to use your imagination. The other red-eyed teddy bear location is even worse. At this location on the map, you can find a picnic that went horribly wrong. So these skeletons are definitely not pre-war, as they are still covered in blood. You might be wondering what caused such a gruesome scene. Well, I think I have the answer. So it's another red-eyed teddy bear. Like I said, I haven't played a whole lot of Fallout 76, so if these creepy things are ever explained in game, then please let me know. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then a like is always appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in your favourite games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.